Alright guys, today we are going to be testing the Red Iguana knockoff. So I tried to get basically Red Iguana quality without paying 175 bucks for the full hand. Thank you to Dana for finding these and going in with me so we could both get one. So we're going to go ahead, check it out, see if it's any good, and go over how it works for anybody who wants to get one. I am going to apply acrylic to it so you can see how you do that and, how all this works. So, came in this cute little bag. I will say with silicone, you have to be careful because it attracts a lot of hair and nail dust. You can see I've already had it out. So, the way to prevent that is powder. Talcum powder, baby powder, cornstarch, or face powder will help with that. So you can also apply makeup to it. That helps give it a little more realistic look. I have dogs, so mine's all hairy. It looks super realistic. And this is the one from Alibaba. So you had to buy two, but they were $44 each, which is like so much less than the Red Iguana. And I've played with Red Iguanas before, and this is shockingly similar. The quality is pretty much the same. It's super heavy. It's very thick. The fingers have a lot of weight to them. They're not really flimsy. Like you can see, there's even like skin prints. It feels a little weird because it's silicone, but you get used to that. So, like I said, the way to get rid of that kind of sticky, it's not sticky, but hair and stuff sticks to it. Not to be gross, but it's kind of like one of those real sex dolls or sex toys. So what you can do to help prevent that, you can wash these in warm soapy water or wipe them down with acetone and alcohol to get everything off. And let me show you that real quick. Because acetone or alcohol don't affect silicone, so it won't degrade it or tear it down. So if you get acrylic on it, just use acetone, soak it, and get it off. And see, it just gets rid of all that hair and nail dust. You just use either acetone or alcohol, wipe it down, and then apply powder. And the powder will keep stuff from sticking to it next time. So I'm going to do that now. Basically, we're going to give it a full use. Now, I wanted to get all the stuff that you can get on the Red Iguana site too. I just got some cheap dollar store makeup. You give it a good once over with the powder, and that helps keep all that nail dust from sticking and grinding down into the silicone. And this one also came in all the different skin tones, just like the Red Iguana. So you can get whichever color you want. And that gives it more of a like realistic feel. It feels more like skin. It actually does feel, once you put the powder on, it does feel quite a bit like skin. It's kind of creepy. It's super creepy. And it jiggles a little bit. But anyway. So I'm going to soak mine in powder later, but just to give you an idea. Now, you can go on Amazon, and I will post the link in the description, and get this. It's actually sold for the silicone hands that you can buy on Amazon, which even those are much cheaper than the Red Iguana for the whole hand. You do need a flat, non-porous surface. Okay, so I suggest getting the surface that you're going to put it on wet, or getting the bottom of the suction cup wet. Helps it stick better. Just this one I think was $13 on Amazon. You can also order the Red Iguana one, or any kind of cell phone holder with this claw mouth will hold it. But they have some on Amazon specifically for these hands, and that's what I got. And it was really pretty inexpensive considering the one from Red Iguana is $25. Okay, now, so I got this. It did come with a little bag of tips. However, there were only like 20 in it, but the cool part is they are just French manicure tips, so they're really inexpensive. They're super inexpensive. like I think for like 500 on Amazon, it's $5, I want to say, but they're French style manicure or French manicure tips, I want to say. And it came with this little bag of clear ones, but like I said, I went ahead and Dana sent me a box and I ordered some more. So they're kind of the squarish tips where they come down on the sides. So I ordered these, and otherwise what you need to make this work, just like the red iguana, and actually, see, these things attract dust and hair like crazy. So just pop that down in there, and then, you know, you bend it to fit however you want. Actually, let me move that back so we can see it. So open up the clamp, pop that in, make sure all 4 teeth are sitting on it, just like that. There we go. Now, like I said, this does attract some crazy hair and dust, but that's with any silicone. The red iguana one does too. So you need to you can wash it with soap and water. However, if you do that, make sure you pat it dry, otherwise it'll leave spots. Or I don't suggest blow drying it just because I haven't checked it to see what heat does to it. But you can also just take a cloth or an alcohol wipe and just wipe it down. That'll do the same thing. So I'm going to use the white one so you guys can see a little better and show you how to make these work. So these are the tips I'm talking about. You just, like I said, for 500 of them, it's like $5.99. Now, you can just, you push them up into the well inside of the finger. Oh, you can't see really well. There we go. There's a space inside the cuticle. Let's see if you can see. Where that tip goes in, and it goes pretty far back. Don't mind me, I got oil on me again. It goes pretty far back. Now, if you have trouble with it sliding out, or you just want to make it a little more secure, you can, if you lay down primer first on that nail bed, then you can glue these tips inside of there, and the primer stops it from, you know, you having to scrape a bunch of glue off and stuff. But it's not that bad just by itself. Like, they stay pretty securely in there. This gives you like the real nail experience, and this is what you'll be gluing your tips to, just as if this were a real nail. So now you push that, and I think you guys can, let's see if you can see it. So see how far it goes in there. It goes pretty far up inside the finger, which looks a little weird, but it also gives you a more realistic cuticle experience, so it can help with your cuticle work. So that one I'm going to leave like that, and I'm going to show you how to use the primer. So take your primer. Let's back out a little bit. All right. So you take your primer and just lay it down on the nail bed. And that's going to give it something sticky and a protective layer to keep the glue from sticking to the silicone, but also something for the nail bed to stick to. Oh. Sorry, my hands aren't working today very well. I also got some jewelry to decorate it with because, I don't know, it looked fun. So you're going to take your nail glue and just put just a dot down. Actually, I suggest using 2 layers of primer because that's pretty thin. Whichever primer you use, you know. And also you can take a Q-tip with acetone and clean that out once you're done if you don't want to, you know, let it build up. So drop a glue. And then I will also show you what it looks like when they come off when you glue it, so you know what you're in for. Push that all the way up inside, press it down, make sure it's inside the cuticles, and you'll see the glue inside of there. So you want to hold that down while it dries. But the primer, you need to let the primer dry all the way, and I did not. So we're going to dry it off and do it again. See how the glue didn't stick anywhere? All right. Where's my Mia's secret? Let me grab my Mia's secret. Here we go. That's not it. Do I already have it on? All right, that's my prime. That's prime. No. Sorry guys, no, I can't keep track of anything. Oh, there it is. I found it. Sorry guys, I'm blonde. My Mia Secret one's a little stickier. So, lay that primer down. Let it dry. Don't be like me. And you'll feel like a sticky layer. We're gonna get a new tip too. And that way when you're done, you can just pull these out and keep your nails if you want. So, drop of glue, pop that nail in. Let that dry. You see, it gives you more like a real, like as opposed to the plastic training hands, it gives you like a real cuticle to work with right here. And then you just trim this nail down so you can see how it glued there where it didn't here. Then you just trim this down to fit, or don't, whatever. And then we're gonna glue our tips onto here. Ooh, that one's not sticky. Anyway, so I am gonna try one out just to show you guys how you do it. I'm gonna cut this one down just a little bit. Since most of us, when we take our nails off and cut it, we cut it right up to the nail bed. Or I do, because my nails are really flimsy and they all come off. And you can see how the cuticle's kind of holding on all sides, just like it's holding the sidewalls in. So far, I'm in love with it, and honestly, I highly recommend. But let's get our tips out. I want to use white. Do I want to use white? Yeah, let's use white. And this way you also get to use all the different sizes of your tips and not just, you know, 1 and 2 like you do with the other plastic hand, which that's a problem I had a lot. I was running through all of one size tips in that plastic hand, and then I had all these left over of the rest. So what are you going to do with them? You know, because you don't have the other sizes to go with them. You use them all on your damn practice hand. So this is definitely more realistic practice, I guess, I think. And it helps you, because the practice hand doesn't really prepare you to work with a person and their cuticle, because it's just plastic. And this you can actually see if you're hitting, you can see if you're hitting it. But the silicone is so sturdy, like it holds up really well under the drill. So let's find 4s. There we go. These are a little smaller. And you get like a regular size thumb too that can actually be in the pictures, not like that plastic hand. So far, I'm a big fan, and really, really, really thank you, Dana, because I'm in love. I'm in love with it. All right, you guys are gonna have to sit and watch me try every size tips. Oh yes, see how lovely and yellow my pink and gray nails turn from that stupid monomer? That, you know, I'm not even getting into it. Never mind. Anyway, there we go. That looks about right. I'm gonna go ahead and glue these down. And since it's tip to tip, I know a lot of people have problems getting tips to stick on that damn plastic hand. But since we're just gluing tips on other tips, you shouldn't have that problem. So we'll see though. Yeah, we didn't have that problem. Glued right down. And again, looks like a hand, so. And it gives you a better idea, because of the way the plastic hand, the nail beds sit on top of the fingers as opposed to inside, like a regular person. It's hard to tell if your acrylic is thin enough or too bulky. And with this, you get an idea of how your beads are sitting actually on top of the hand. So that's super helpful. All right, let's do a couple. I'm gonna move this. let's throw some acrylic on it. I'm going to cut it down. Da, 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 da. It would be great if I could play some music while I do this. Just filing the points off. All right. Let's do this. You guys like my bracelet? Mia sent it to me. I'm a big fan. All right. Sorry, I'm standing up, so my application's a little weird. So, lay our acrylic down. And I'm doing like a half-ass job, so don't mind me. I'm just testing it. I just want to make sure acrylics, because I really didn't play with it much. I just looked at it, took it out of the box. I didn't actually try it out because I wanted to do that on camera. So if there were any problems, you know, you guys get to see what I get to see. And I really like the cuticle because you can push right up to it and see. I don't know. I do like it. It gives you a better experience as far as cleaning the cuticle off and pushing up to it. And you can tilt the hand down. It's just, I like it a lot. And that's really what the red iguana sells. And I gotta say, like, as far as I can tell from my experience with the red iguana stuff, this is exactly the same thing. It's the same material, it feels like. It's the same silicone. I mean, silicone's silicone, you know, some's higher quality than others, but it's still silicone and it has the exact same feel. Now, I don't know how well the wires inside that you pose it with are going to hold up, but for the price, I really don't care. Like, it's not $175. And I've seen a couple of people whose fingers from Red Iguana have, like, a finger has popped off, you know, after a month or two. So I would be super upset. Now, I did go ahead and order some of the repair glue from Red Iguana, the silicone repair stuff that you put it, you know, if a finger pops off, you put it back together with. So I did order some of that, and I did order some of their primer and tips and stuff just because I wanted to check it out. And it's ridiculously expensive. I got everything cheaper on Amazon, and it's the exact same stuff. Don't mind my application, guys. I'm doing horrible today. But so far, like, I don't know. I think we spend enough on all of our materials and stuff that spending $175 on a hand seems ridiculous to me. This thing came in 2 weeks, had free shipping, feels exactly the same, works exactly the same, and I'm not going to cry if this one breaks because it was only $44. You do have to buy two, but so what? So far, so good. Like, I genuinely like it. Like, it's pretty cool. And like, you can see how it lets you get right up to it, and then when you go to take the nail out, you just pull it out. Just like that. So I'm going to decorate mine just because I want to for my videos, because why not? So my stepdaughter got me a Stranger Things charm bracelet, but I don't wear jewelry a ton, and this one has so many charms that I keep getting caught on stuff and I don't want to break it, and I hate that it's sitting in a drawer, so guess who gets to have it? So we're gonna give her a little bracelet. Actually, I suggest you do this outside of the holder. It jingles really nice though. Oh, it's backwards. Don't mind me, just wrestling with a bracelet. I told you guys my hands don't work today, so don't be like me. And I saw people use like leg warmers and arm warmers to make like sleeves for it, and I thought that was really cute. I haven't gotten that far yet though. I just grabbed what I knew I had around. Oh, look at all that dust. Gross. Anyway, pop her back in there. Haven't thought of a name for her yet, but we'll get there. I also got some cheap rings on Wish. God, so much hair. All right, let's clean this off because that's going to annoy me. You guys know how I feel about dust and hair and stuff. And again, if you get acrylic on the nail or on the hand, on the skin, acetone does not hurt silicone at all. So you can just wipe it down with nail polish remover or just straight acetone. It's not going to hurt it. And then you can just like soak the nails off with acetone too if you get them stuck or whatever. Like, go with your acetone. Doesn't hurt it. And the fingers are fully posable. That's for you, Sarah. Ignore that, guys. So the fingers are fully posable so that you can, like, when you're working with acrylic, you can bend the rest of them down and do one finger at a time. Anyway, I'm not going to make you guys watch me do all this, but I thought it was kind of fun, you know? Just be careful wiggling the rings on there. You don't want to rip your fingers off, which I don't think that's going to be an issue. They're pretty stretchy, but look how cute. Anyway, so all in all, my review as far as the knockoff red iguana is, it's definitely worth the money. I mean, if you want to invest in a red iguana, go ahead, but if you really don't want to spend that much, this is a wonderful alternative. I highly like, it's the same thing. Like, it's basically the same damn thing. So yeah, I highly recommend. If you guys have any questions or anything, pop them in the comments or message me. And if you have a suggestion for my next video, let me know. We are, I want to say, like 10 people away from the giveaway. So let's go ahead and get that done so I can give away the bigger prizes. I've had these small prizes sitting here forever. And yeah, thanks for watching.